Oh, that works again. Nice. Let's try this out. Circle. Oh, damn it. We do this, and then... There we go. Okay, that should work. And then... multi-stream, and this. Stream announcement. Oh, there it is. Ba-doop-doop. A snake drum. Boop. Actually, I should do that. Oh no, that's not it. There we go. That should be good. Oh. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna draw. Just chill. Flourite draws. Because I'm waiting for shit to arrive. Okay. There we go. Close that. And then here. All chat. Okay. Oh no, that's not right. Getting all of these gaps out of the way. Do 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 ba da da bum. Oh right, so get rid of that so I can kind of see all the gaps. Yeah, there they are. Those are the gaps. It's good to just, like, at the end of the day, the drawing, most of these gaps aren't really seen when it's fully rendered, but it's also good to just like get rid of as many of them as I can while I'm actually working on it, you know. There we go. So a lot of these artifacts that come with using the paint fill tool kind of mess up the work a little bit. So this is mostly just to like get rid of those, but it's not the worst, especially since like a lot of the gaps are end up getting filled out by the end anyway, especially as I work on it. So also I've noticed that once it's fully rendered, most of the time this stuff is kind of like balanced out by the rendering engine or whatever is being used to flatten the image. So that said, it's still good to just get rid of them as much as possible. Okay. Sometimes the fill tool doesn't go all the way either, so good to... It's primarily for that, honestly. This is also kind of weird. But this is a result of masking, so not too much lost there. There we go, that's good. That's a masking issue too. Get rid of that as well. Don't unlock the pixels. No, I mean unlock the pixels, not don't unlock them. Unlock the pixels, then fix these gaps. Sometimes it's like, do I just want to manually fill in everything? But this saves so much time. Like, finding these gaps is probably much easier. It saves me some time. It's a bit more annoying, but at least I'm not wasting an hour, like spending an extra hour just like filling things up manually. Honestly, I think it's one of the big things that's contributed to how fast I can get things out, and I feel like there's a lot more value there in doing it that way. So yeah, first time kind of like doing one of these drawing streams on YouTube. Hoping that like it'll just keep up the VODs and stuff and people might find this useful. You know, they might stumble upon the thumbnail and go like, oh hey, I know that character. I know that Flourite. I know that sussy snake. I want to see how this Gooner artist draws them because I like that. Hell yeah. Let's see. Go back in here. Fix this up. Yeah, most of these gaps won't be seen anyway towards the end, but it's alright. Okay. I wonder if anyone's gonna notice this, but like I ended up giving her pit vipers from John Wick. Love it when Lawrence Fishburne says ambidextrous. Yeah, I saw the Forgotten Weapons video. Hell yeah. Good so far. Oh shit, I guess my tracking's a bit weird. Yeah, there we go. It's kind of harder since I'm always looking down on the canvas, right? It'd have to be. It's to be expected. There's tons of gaps here. Fill those up, ideally. God damn, when's that suppressor gonna arrive? Just really excited to put it on, honestly. That gap up, fill this gap up. Okay. That's nice. Oh, this one's a gray. That goes there. Yeah, nice. You can see that. That's pretty good. Lost tracking again. Fix that again. There we go. Hopefully that's better. hey, it's 700 now. Nice. There we go. There we go. That's nice. Yeah, that's looking good. Sometimes I just look at the stream window, see how it's looking on another monitor and all that. And it's kind of looking fine. Looking pretty good, I'd say. Shit. Okay. Kinda needed references for this, I think. Need like this angle, this lower angle. Okay, that looks pretty good. That looks pretty nice. Okay, I think I got something. Definitely have to make this a bit darker. Okay, there we go. Make this a bit darker, especially around the belly button. It's not pixel lock that, so we can really get those parts. And pixel lock it again. Kind of like do this a little bit towards the shadows. Then the upper part, yeah, the upper part, you kind of want a little bit of this because it's like the light's hitting it, right? Gives it a bit of a nice look. Nice. I know I'm gonna finish this later. I really wanted to finish this like for tomorrow, but it's looking like this is gonna take maybe another day, to be honest. Probably not. But I'll work on it for a bit today. Get in those gaps. So the thing about my art though is that it's very low chroma though. So it's not a ton of bright colors. It's a lot less saturated, but you make up for that, or the way you kind of like still have something that looks really nice is by taking advantage of the fact that you can now kind of use more values. Like a wider range of values. You can use darker, less saturated colors without making it look muddy. I find that if you do both, I don't know if it's like basic color theory, but it's like it is color theory. In that, if you use both high saturation, high chroma colors, chroma style, alongside like really dark, deep values, dark values that are also high saturation, it kind of ends up looking muddy. It distracts from the whole piece. So you kind of want to pick one or the other, is what I've sort of learned over time. I think I shifted to something like this like last year. Before that, I feel like I might have still been a bit confused. I used a lot of color picking myself, looking at other pieces and kind of going, okay, kind of what this works, and using pretty high saturation colors, like shadows and all of that. But no, yeah, there was something wrong, because I think intuitively I knew that something was off, there was something that wasn't working, and it's because I was also using like very dark colors at the same time. And yeah, so once that kind of became something I was more aware of, I started to address it. And then I realized, yeah, you know, that there is this whole thing in color theory that I was subconsciously picking up on, but wasn't really implementing, because I was just doing stuff. I was just adding stuff in, not really paying attention to that. So now that I kind of know what's recommended, I guess, the theory behind it, it's allowed me to kind of go into this sort of style that's, yeah, less saturated, but very much, you know, more cohesive looking, much better looking, I feel. Now my issue is that sometimes I feel like I'm overdoing that. I overdo the lack of saturation. Some things end up way too dull, no matter how much I, you know, how deep the values I use are, how dark the colors I use are, or bright. So like if I had the color triangle, most anime artists like in the upper right corner, all the way into like the brightest whites, into the harshest like colors, kind of going to the middle a little bit. You can't see the color wheel I'm moving at the moment, but it's like, yeah, it'd be easier if I could share that. Whereas more value centric painting, it sticks to the left side of the triangle. You can have a lot of value range. You can make it really dark, almost black. I wouldn't say go all the way to black, but like almost black with some saturation. Not quite black. Not quite all the way to black, at least. The brighter colors here. Kind of want to add that into the knee, or the, yeah, that's a knee. Definitely makes it more interesting as well. Kind of helps it pop out. This can be a bit darker, so I'm going to do that. Again, I'm not just like making it darker, I'm also hue shifting a little bit and actually decreasing some of the saturation towards the darker ends, especially when there's like ambient occlusion between two objects like this. There's like these occluded shadows. I don't know if that's what they're called. There's like some occlusion going on there. Hell yeah, that's nice. Want to have some of this as well, just to give me like a little bit of definition on the shadows. Give me a sec. Oh, how's the package? That's nice. Okay. There we go. That's nice. Yeah, it's nice. Oh shit. Right, because that's on a same layer, so I need to be very careful there. We're just like kind of adding the color and like blending it. I have a shortcut linked to the blending tool, so I kind of blend as I go. Adjust the sharpness of certain shadows. Since it's more occluded, it kind of becomes softer rather than being a sharper shadow. Nice belly button. Very nice belly button. Nice. Kind of also lighten this up. It's a bit too red, so I'm gonna shift the color a bit to more yellow. That's better. Add some of this. There we go, that works. What's this? Oh, that's weird. I don't know if notification or something. Whew, okay. That's better. Oh shit! I forgot to pixel lock this. There we go. Better. A lot better. So we want like softer shadows like there as they go off into the back. Sharper shadows from here, because the implication, at least the implication I want to create, is that this is kind of cast by the hood, give enough like more frontwards light source. You still want that shadow from the hood though. Yeah, it looks nice. We can do better. Of course. Go into the eyes. I kind of want to do this part next. Gonna get the bottoms of the eyelashes and kind of like do this. Shadows there. Kind of see that. Over there-ish. And then gonna get some of this red. A reddish color. Kind of help highlight the upper parts of the eyelashes. My style of drawing eyelashes is much more subtle. Add some of these little highlights on top. That looks nice. Is this still Arknights? The song? Shit. I guess it is. Oh, it's like an hour long. Okay, no, that's good. What the heck is that package? Let me just quickly refresh. It's I got the Angry Gun Chris Vector mock dummy suppressor, and I really want it. I really want to see it. Tracking them. Go en route. Of course it is. How about my side mount? It is... Oh. Grabbed somewhere else. I mean, not... Like, it's moved. So, that's what's important. Oh well. Surely it will arrive soon enough. Anyway, back to work. So I'm thinking if this does well, this piece of Flourite does well, I might do more end field strips. I don't know how people are gonna like that, or if people are gonna like that, but you know what? Screw it. If that's what the market says works, then I'll do it. That said, I feel like the menu is a bit more, for lack of a better word, diverse when it comes to Arknights, in that I can also do field strips. Nothing is gonna stop me from doing that. So it's like, the next one, I might put up a poll, I'll be like, oh, do you want Yvonne next? Which, I don't know, might win. Or, do you want Wolfguard next? It would be so funny if Wolfguard wins. Just for a bit for the memes, but also just because, you know, it'll give me a chance to show off that I can draw guys. Because I totally can, like, I have no issue with it. Rather, I do have one issue in that, like, I don't draw them enough, so I might not be as good. That's definitely the issue. It's just a lack of practice, but I can. And I kind of want to be able to do that. And if I have a good excuse to do it, that people won't just, you know, go, hey, Cayman, you're being cringe. And I'll do it. I'll fucking do it. There we go. Let's also soften this a little bit. I feel like this is a bit too sharp, maybe, but then let's also soften the shadow here by adding a bit of blue, desaturated, slightly brighter color, desaturated color with even less value, or more value? No, increasing value makes it darker, so less value. Oh yeah, if anyone has any questions, feel free to ask in chat. God, she's so smug. Oh, let me look at the reference I have for her. It's more of a bluish white, I guess, but yeah, let's go for that. It's more of a bluish white. Maybe actually yellowish. Yeah, yellowish works a bit better. Less cool, more warm white, I think. But I'm gonna use a cooler white for the thing. Strip the snake. Yeah, hell yeah. We're here to strip the snake. How are you doing? I'm assuming that's Slag. Hey, Slag. Yeah, we're here to strip the snake. So we want more of a bluish tinge to like the shadows on here, but a warmer white. I can't tell the actual temperature of that. I'd say, I don't know, that's like maybe 1200 Kelvin or something. That's more of a light thing, but whatever. Yeah, this nice contrast between the warmer white and the cooler white for the shadows of the white. It looks really nice. Holy crap. I like that. I really like that. But I do feel like I'm going too far. It's way too bright right now, so I think I might have to like just use tone curve to reduce the brightness of the higher parts. So I'm gonna have to find out where it is on the tone curve. That's probably it. Yeah, that's more of a darker white. Hey Voxy, how are you? Oh, YouTube now, yeah. Yeah, I'm trying it out. Because I think I noticed that, like, YouTube likes to, it lets me have VODs up. So, like, I don't know, I think I've had issues with, like, my VODs on YouTube, so I don't know, I just kind of want to try it out, is the big bottom line thing. But also, like, having the VODs, people can just, like, click on them and watch how I do shit. Hopefully it'll help people out if they want to just go learn something about how to draw. But yeah, hope you're doing okay. Hope everyone's having a great day. I am honestly feeling a bit tired. Are your teeth hurt? What's up? What you do? That's what you get for being a fucking bully. They say snake tastes like chicken, right? Like the texture. I imagine it's kind of like that. I imagine it's kind of like crocodile meat. And I remember crocodile meat tasting kind of like, it's got the taste of fish, but like the texture. So no, the taste of chicken, but the texture of fish, of like more of a meaty fish or something. I don't know. Might be wrong. It's been a while since I've had crocodile meat, to be fair. For this one, we want to make this a little bit darker, and then just kind of like get a bit of a darker white, maybe even shift it towards the reds a little bit, because I want this to be very much inside the shadow of the hood. Kind of do it this way. Got a deep cleaning. Ah, I see. Texture-wise, not really. Interesting. Taste-wise, it's absolutely chicken. Yeah, texture-wise, snake is not like chicken. Okay, yeah. I'd imagine it's like eel, right? If I were to guess. Not saying that eels are like snakes, especially unagi, or unagi are like fish, I mean, but like, I imagine it's gonna be like that, right? Kind of like gooier? Don't know if gooey is the right word. But yeah. Are you excited for the next banners? On Endfield and or Girls Frontline? First, Girls Frontline, I'm dreading it. I'm so scared. I gave up a lot just to get both Alva's gun and, well, her, obviously. But now, you know, Voi's coming. War is coming. If you didn't know, Voi is war in Russian. You know, like in Voi Nashinayets, yeah? But, yeah, and I used up everything to get Alva's shit, so I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. Worst case scenario, I might just have to settle. Honestly, it might even just be the best case scenario. Best case scenario I can hope for, peaceably, is I get Voi, and I wait for some rerun to get, Hey, wait, you don't play Enfield? I thought you were like, oh, and the scene with Angelina. Sorry, with Gilberta. It was so cute. So cute. Yeah. But yeah, like, I don't even know if I'm gonna get the gun, at least. Like, I wanna get her, right? So I guess right now, all I can hope for is to get Voi, and then hope I get her gun in a rerun. It freaking sucks, but you know, it is what it is. That's what I get. I didn't even spend anything on Sakura, and I still got just like shafted because I ended up having to, I ended up losing the 50-50 the first time around during Alva's banner. So I ended up spending more than I would have wanted to on that. Oh well. Hey, at least Voi Mustina is not required, right? She's not required. She's not meta, right? Totally. You can hear the cope in my voice. Or not. I mean, there's gonna be a rerun 100%, if not a proper unit, then the event pity. Yeah. Fair. 100%. So here's the question for this. Should I even add in some lights to the eyes? Or do I just keep them shadowed? I think I already did a little bit. If anything, maybe I just darken the shadows and then make the lighting a little bit less, you know. Let's try that out. Anyway, like I was saying earlier, I got lucky and got Sakura in her gun and like, fuck you. Go fuck yourself. You luck shit. Anyway. Yeah, that looks kind of hot. Like, just keep them in the shadows. They might be a bit too dark, though. I think it's a bit too dark, though. But, like, keeping them, like, in the shadows, I think is the go. I think is the game plan. Oh, wait, no. This is actually kind of good, too. That's hot. Adds bratty energy? Okay. So, it's like, we gotta strike a balance, I feel. Because I get it, that's kind of like what I want to do, right? I want to have that bratty energy, but like, not so much that it doesn't make any sense. So I think what's going on is like, relative to the rest of the chef that's shadowed right now, they're kind of bright, so I need to darken the shadows a little bit on everything else. This is, I think, the game plan. It's okay, I lost 50% and Alva is still defenseless. Oh my god. Damn. Hey, at least, I mean, what's the next best thing to use on her? Is it just Planeta? Or can you use, Groza's gun? Or can you use, I don't know, her 4-star gun? It's crazy though, I'm using her in my Frost team already. I've got her up, plus, let's see. Wawa, Robella, Suomi, and Dashi. And I'm breaking like 4K on front line Gunsmoke. So yeah. It's Splanata. Hey, at least you've got like the second best, right? So yeah. Da, 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 da. Okay, I've got a very controversial addition I might want to add to this. I don't know if people are gonna be receptive. I don't know if people are gonna hate me. I don't know if it's gonna get me run out of town, but I'm gonna show you guys. What if I do this? Is this too much? I'm gonna clip the layer just so that I make sure that it's kind of like a stubble, right? Will this get me banned? Will this get me in trouble? I'm gonna just erase it a little bit. I want it to be in such a way that you'll only notice it if you're like a degenerate that will zoom all the way. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's controversial. Snakes don't usually have like hair, period. So, you know, this is, I gotta admit, this will just completely be for fetishistic reasons, and there's nothing wrong with that. Just gotta be honest, you know. Does Flourite have a cloaca? I think is the big question we were trying to ask right last time, right? And well, yeah, if cloaca real, if Arknights cloaca canon, then yeah. Wait, snakes have hair? Oh yeah, they do. They kind of have hair. Is it like the same material as like feathers and stuff from dinosaurs? I don't know. I ain't no biologist. They aren't even real scientists, to be honest. Biologists, I mean, they're not really scientists. They're like, I don't consider them to be scientists. Biologists are like, I don't know, would you consider an astrologist a scientist? Just become an astronomer, right? Oh, want to get into biology, but you want to do serious shit? Fucking get into chemistry. I should make it a server-exclusive alt. Wow. Alright, see ya. Thanks for stopping by, Babaxi. Yeah, it's gonna be a chill stream anyway. I'm probably gonna stop after my package arrives. That's been looking good. Yeah, no one's gonna notice that stubble. Yeah, no one's gonna notice that stubble. I don't know if that's cope, but no one's gonna notice that goddamn stubble. Alright? That's it. That's all I'm gonna say. No one's gonna notice it. Because it's way too dim, right? Way too thingy. Gotta check references here. I'm kind of looking for a good one for like this area, the lower torso and lower pelvis. Actually, I think that maybe I made a mistake here. I think I might have made a mistake. This might need to be a bit more. Just I need to emphasize the angle because she's really tilting back a lot. And I feel like the way it was a while ago wasn't really conveying that properly, so I'm gonna just do it just a little bit more. Yeah, okay, that's better. That's definitely better. I feel like it's really telling the viewer, informing the viewer about the angle, the position of her in 3D space is a lot better. You know, because we pick up on these subtle things easier than we'd like to admit. It's kind of why the so-called uncanny valley exists. We pick up on like these subtle things that like you tell there's something wrong, because it's a survival thing. Like, to a certain extent, of course, like up to a certain point. When stuff is stylized as hell, we're put in a state of suspension of disbelief. Of course, the bunny rabbit that's like getting shot isn't real 90% of the time. Maintaining that suspension of disbelief, and then if there's something off, you're like, oh, all of a sudden you're shaken out of it, and boom, your immersion's broken. And the same thing kind of happens when you look at like certain art that has like bad anatomy, I guess. It's like your brain picks up on it subtly, and then all of a sudden, boom, it's ruined. However, what's funny is that sometimes, even if the anatomy is correct, because of the framing of other things in a scene, it can look wrong. So it's not just being good at anatomy, just also understanding that certain things will also negatively or positively affect how things are shaped in a scene. So if you know, this one criticism people have about like AI art, for example, is that there's a lot of lines that kind of end up converging, and it makes certain shapes combine. You want to avoid that. Like, if I had this line over here, that's supposed to denote where the thigh kind of starts bending. If it was in line with something else, like maybe like a belt or something, it would end up looking, like, oh, there's something wrong here. So having all these converging parallel lines, you want as little parallel lines as possible. You see, even in a piece where there are actual parallel lines like this, look, they're still kind of curved, right? Or parallel straight lines, I guess, is the issue. Parallel lines that converge and intersect, and then they end up tricking the viewer into thinking that they're the same object, and that's when you kind of have a problem, because yeah, they don't become distinct. You lose form, you lose the shape, and then people start accusing it of being AI, or just of being like, back then it would have just been like, oh, this looks bad, this looks like bad anatomy. Now it's like, oh, was this AI? And that's a good thing to be kind of aware of, I guess. I think that because algorithmically speaking, the cost function behind the AI kind of deems a lot of like features that end up getting combined, as like a positive feedback, or like this is like a positive or wanted output, so it ends up doing shit like that. Does mathematically probably make sense? I don't know. I have no idea what happens in the invisible layers, in the hidden layers of whatever fucking large language model or whatever is being used. What I do know is that it is statistics visualized. I was talking to a high school friend that's like still really into this stuff. Like, I respect their opinion, but they did bring up some interesting points about like not AI generated art, right? Not generative AI art, but some art forms that were made using visualizations of data, like raw visualizations of data. Like they don't look like anything aside from like clouds, bubbles of like color and stuff. But these are visualizations of data being sorted, and I think that's really interesting. It's artistic because visualizing lots of these complex things, it kind of just puts into perspective how weird these things are in terms of like, or how complex, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Like, it's easy to kind of see one point go from point A to point B, but and let's assume that that's one variable, right? You have this one variable and you visualize this one function. The variable goes from point A to point B. It's like if you look at an attractor in chaos theory, it makes a butterfly figure as you let the system go on. It's shit like that. But then you expand that to a 4D cloud, or 3D cloud, or whatever. 4D if you include like time. Yeah, I don't know, including time. So it's like a 4D point cloud with all points of data in your data set, and you see what's going on. And all of a sudden, it's this big fuck-off cloud. Kind of looks like you're on shrooms or something. But it's a huge cloud. ends up doing all these cool, interesting little things where he like swerves and moves around. Looks like, almost looks like a smoke dynamic simulation, a smoke simulation or whatever. And they look really pretty. In the same way that a lava lamp is pretty. It's not, but that isn't the point. The point isn't that it just looks like a bunch of pretty colors moving around. It's the context behind it that helps kind of inform, That said, and I was discussing this with a person that, like, while it's good to understand to appreciate the context behind like an art piece, sometimes I think I would like to hear people's visceral first-time interactions with things without previous context, because I feel like they're both important, is what I'm trying to say. It sounds like a cop-out, but no, it's important to understand the context and stuff. But what I am also saying is that raw initial thought that you have, with whatever biases you have coming in, is just as valid of a reaction as viewing it again with some context, or with new context, new biases. Because we change, and just as we change, our perception of art will also change. Perception of anything will kind of change, and that's just a fact of life, right? Like, I'm sure a lot of people didn't really like the prequels when they came out. I did, because I was a stupid kid. And then I grew up and I had this additional context from like older Star Wars fans, and they were like, oh, this freaking sucks. I hate this stuff. You should hate it too. And that negatively affected my opinion on the prequels, because it kind of told me, well, my initial opinion was obviously uninformed. I did not have this kind of like cultural background or experience with the previous movies, so of course I liked it. It was, it's all that stuff. Like, it was just stupid shit for stupid kids. And, maybe I felt bad about that, but I was a stupid kid. I didn't want to feel like I was a stupid kid. So then, boom, I'd say, oh, I hate the prequels. And I feel like that's kind of valid. Not saying it's good, but I feel like it is valid because it's part of our, experiencing of the world and art in general. And then later on, Clone Wars comes in and adds additional context to everything that happens in the prequels. And just to go back a little bit, I loved 1, 2, and 3. And as I grew older, like, oh, people said telling me 2 sucks, 3 sucks. Actually, maybe not 3 as much, but like 1 and 2 suck. Now I look back at it like this, where 1 is okay. It was trying to do something, and give it respect where it deserves, right? But still criticize it for some of its shortcomings. But also understand, with additional context, that this was George trying something new, and you have to respect that. You might not agree with it, but you have to respect it, in my opinion. There's a difference between liking something and respecting it, of course. I feel like that shouldn't have to be said, but in this era, it's kind of harder to make that distinction, or people have a harder time making that distinction. But anyway, I'm going on a tangent. In any case, as time goes on, you have the prequels adding more context to this, and you just have nostalgia. I have to admit, there is some nostalgia involved, but also, like, we were able to digest certain things, especially with the additional context of Clone Wars, and all of a sudden people, the prequels weren't as bad as we thought they were. There are some rough parts, but now we kind of understand that, well, that was kind of where the industry was trying to head, and you can kind of respect George for at least trying to do something different. And as an artist growing up now, like, I started to gain more and more appreciation of that back then when I was just listening to, like the big the big red letter media, like criticism and stuff, and just like, oh, it's easy to kind of shift your perception of these things to whatever they think is right, because they seem like an authority figure, and we as a species tend to like want to adhere to what we think is what everyone else thinks. Not saying that's necessarily a bad thing, but it is something that ends up tainting or affecting how we perceive things. So anyway, where am I going with all this? Is that I feel like I shouldn't feel bad, or you shouldn't feel bad if your opinions change over time because of either new experiences or with additional context. So going back to the whole Star Wars thing, my experience with it, my additional context, or my additional, the additional context was both provided by the Clone Wars and just me kind of growing up, digesting other media and seeing it, and like understanding more and more about what was going on behind the scenes and what it was trying to do. Gain more appreciation for it and respect, and boom, my opinions change, and I shouldn't feel bad about that. I shouldn't go like, oh, yeah, but this opinion kind of sucks because now it's been like changed. And while that is true, I feel like it's still valid. People will probably disagree and say, no, the raw emotions the first time around are probably like what you should be taking into heart and remembering. And you know, that's fair. If you feel like that's how you want to consume media. Nothing necessarily wrong with it. I think as I've gotten older as well, it's just like it was easier to get rage baited into doing stuff and to like feeling strong about things when I was younger. As I've gotten older, I think I'm tired. I'm tired. I think that's the big thing. I'm tired of just like having to think that stuff is shit when it isn't. Not saying that I just want everything to be like, I'm just gonna accept everything. No, there's still things that are bad, but getting too worked up because something is bad is tiring now. Like, bad stuff comes out, it sucks. But I'd rather be the me that doesn't give a shit. It's as weird as it sounds. I'd rather be the me that just like moves on, does something more productive with my life, than one that gets like overly pissed off at it. And that isn't to invalidate people that do feel strong about it. And if you feel like it is very important to you, I think you should keep doing it, you know, because it's important to you. Not because of my opinion or whatever. But just understand, I think it's just because I'm tired. There we go, that looks nice. Even more opportunities to add nice lighting in certain areas. I want to use this as a way to like add more curves in certain areas. Curves into the color. Pretty sick. Hell yeah. At the end of this piece, right, the background's not going to be gray. It's going to be more of a white, but I like using gray because it kind of helps in a nice mid-tone, just so I can have better visibility of like certain colors, you know. And then when I get rid of it, things might look too dark. Yep, and they do. Especially because of how bright everything is. Now she looks out of place. 100%. But I kind of like it. Now I have this additional context. You see this? Let me try to tie this back to the whole art thing. We see things very contextually. If everything is very bright, then things in the piece kind of need to be just as bright, otherwise it'll look wrong. Then when you darken everything on the side, it's like, that's too bright, or whatever. Where am I getting with this? We look at things and view things contextually. It's hard to really judge media or what you're looking at by itself, because it is inevitably affected by your surroundings and everything around you. Yeah, no shit came in. And that's it. Not trying to say that this is revolutionary or anything, but I feel like sometimes we forget that because we keep trying to, and not saying we shouldn't, but we keep trying to like think there are objective ways to view things, and there are. Not gonna do the whole, you know, the meme of like guys pointing at like a 6 and he's like, it's a 6, and the guy behind him is like a 9, and like, oh no, both perspectives are real. And then no, the counter argument to that is, well, what's the context? What is like, is this next to 7 or is it next to 8? So there is objective truth behind certain things. But there is also truth in the idea that people will have these initial visceral reactions to things without proper context, or even with context. Or with the wrong context. Because who's to say the guy that said they painted like that is telling the truth, you know? It's a whole lot of nothing I'm saying right now. I feel like I'm ranting. And I am. But what else am I gonna do? Just kind of draw in silence? Haha. Checkmate atheists. Although I do like how chill this is. Oh, beginning of a new era is coming out to like Western theaters. Hell yeah. Want to see that? I really want to see that shit. Let's keep it like that for now, I think. Set this to multiply. Erase this a little bit on the sides. Increase the opacity. Go back to this color. Let's look at that package. Oh shit. Where are you? Express mail. Give it a sec. Yeah, it's still on its way to delivery. Like that for like the past... Fuck, 4 hours now. Huh. I'm sure it's gonna come soon. I hope it's gonna come soon. Yeah, I guess part of this is also gonna be less obstructed. Oh, wait, did the music stop? God damn. Nice snake belly. Good snake belly. Kind of like more of a this shape, actually. Shit, it's kind of parallel with that sleeve, so it's hard to... Oh wait, and with this, it's curved up, so I can kind of get away with doing something like this. Less sharp under boob. Then add a little bit of this, just added some highlights. Too much. Need to diffuse it a little bit more. Yeah, no, that's good. Kind of do some of it up here, but I'll increase the brightness and reduce the saturation even more, make it even more grayish. And then if that's the case, I can actually go back down here and like maybe push it down. This kind of helps sell the roundness of it. Oh my god, that's kind of hot. That's very hot. Okay. Pretty good. I guess I could add some highlights in certain areas. What else can I do? Too dark? No, it's fine. Make this a bit darker as well. Hey Mish, how's it going? Just getting into the zone right now. I'm seeing a lot of cool things I'm doing here. And then we go around here and kinda... make it look it's kind of digging into the skin. That's what we want. That's hot. What next? I guess I can do the eyes. Alright, yeah, I like giving her like eye bags. Kinda oobly actually. Kinda like ooble. Very hot. That's way too hot. And then let's see, Ooble has, well, green eyes, obviously, but like, do we want to go more lime green, or is this more apple green? It's kind of both. There's a little bit of yellow in it, so. Or a little bit of this. Increase the saturation a bit more. Here's another cool thing, is like if you use really low saturation work and stuff, every time you use colors that are like, that have more saturation, they end up sticking out. And I think that gives it a cool effect, as long as I don't overdo it, because this might be a bit too much. And then let's add a bit more yellow, increase the color, increase the value rather, decrease the value. less saturated yellow. That's kind of a bit brighter. How are you up on the scale, value scale? Ooh, that's nice. And I'm using more diamond-shaped eyes instead of like the usual circles. They're still kind of rounded, but they're obviously a bit sharper towards the bottoms and stuff. Because I want to have that snake look. Hell yeah. Looks freaking amazing. Okay. Get a brighter color. Desaturated as hell, actually. Make sure it's desaturated. And we go for this sort of look. That's hot. And then I'm gonna take some of this more lime green. I'm gonna add it to the edges a little bit because I feel like kind of just looks hot, honestly. Dare I say, almost predatory even. Okay. Should do this. Reduce the saturation, make it a bit lighter. Soften the shadows like that. Okay. Oh wow, people still liking the loop. That's nice. Sorry, I'm just thinking. Looking at it from afar always helps, you know? You can kind of see things in more context. I like it. Yeah, I like it. But what do I want to make next? What do I want to work on next? Maybe let's do the straps. Yeah, let's do the straps. Everything else isn't done yet. Not saying that like the white parts and all that are done, but you know. I like to hop around, I guess. Start with more dark tone for it. And then let's start by first doing the broad strokes and that it's lighter in these sections. Then we refine it further. Increase the white, get a bit brighter, get a bit bluer. Maybe this one can kind of be like that. I kind of want to make sure that this looks like it's curving because it is. I want to sell that look. Also kind of like and then how do I band that? See. Oh, there we are. I can. No, wait. That's not how you do that. Oh well. Eh. In any case, yeah. And then we kind of add a bit of these skin tones on the belts, especially around the areas where I feel like they're reflecting off of the surfaces. And again, if anyone has any questions, feel free to ask, if anyone's here. But this kind of gives it a nice tone. It makes it blend into the skin a little bit, but that's kind of the point, right? It's like it's reflective, so of course stuff like this would kind of appear. Likewise here as well, I kind of want to add a little bit of it to the sides, and then a bit more of the blues down here, or like lighter colors, lighter bluer colors over there and here. Hell yeah, that's good. So we continue doing that. Continue doing this and add more details with the darker colors here. Darken sections that are kind of occluded by other objects in the scene. So yeah. Wait a minute, let me see if I can get away with this. No one's watching. Do 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 do. Da 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 da. Haven't used her in a while. Give me a sec. Sorry about that. Just had to like quickly send something. Okay. What was I doing? I forgot what I was doing. Oh right, drawing. Okay, just let me get back into the seat. Back in here. Okay. So yeah, we kind of just get the colors and keep note of sections that are more included but other parts of the in the scene. So like for this, for example, I kind of want to make it so that it's got softer shadows because they're being cast by the arm in front here. Yeah, she does. Because I don't have a default animation for her. I don't know, maybe I should do that. But we're working on a Kane Mark III, so keep that in mind, I guess. Get excited for that. Actually, I kind of want to show it off a bit. It's really cool. Give me a sec. So yeah, when we have the occluded sections, it kind of does that. Do this. And there we go. Especially in sections that are digging into the skin a bit more, you kind of want to make it a bit darker. You can use darker values. That is what Cayman would say. Fuck Cayman. He's a piece of shit. And then you can emphasize them a bit more by adding a bit of a highlight just right after the shadow. So it looks like it's digging in. If Live 2D starts to load anytime now. So in the meantime, I'm gonna round off the thighs a bit more. My favorite part, obviously. Me as Kate. Kate's favorite part. Round off the thighs using like a lighter color. Help give it that like ambient lighting that's sort of hitting it. And this is getting tiring. I'm getting tired of it. But there we go. Back to this. A bit sillier, but at least I like him. Nice little dude. We love this little guy. And those things are still there. Damn it. Get rid of that. Get out of there. Hell yeah. That's nice. Darken these sections as well. Hey Mish, what do you think Kate's thinking about when she's got that 1,000-mile stare? 1,000-yard stare? She's probably thinking about getting high again. Honestly, that's like the most in-character thing. Just loves pot. Why is Live 2D taking forever? Ba-da-bum. Let's do this part. This is gonna be fun. I was gonna say weed or something. Yeah, how's everything been? This part's not super bright just because it's not as reflective. It's more of a cloth, right? So, yeah. Then we darken the sides. Again, occluded shadows from different objects kind of like near it, right? Alive. Oh man. Too real, brother. And live 2D crashed. Okay, that was from the background of this. I heard like sirens or something. What the fuck? Oh, no, okay, that's just the... Yeah. Anyway, this is the fun... This is why this part's fun. We kind of darken the middle. This will either get me in trouble or get more people to like it. A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B, not gonna lie. Okay, wait, check this out. Check this out. This shit's cool. Is live 2D picked up? Oh, I have to hide this first. And yeah, I mean, we're still working on this, but this is gonna be cool. Physics settings. Hell yeah, that's it. Physics settings. Here it is. The base is there already. Still working on stuff. Yeah, there's pits. Get over it. Don't worry, he's gonna have a jacket. I'm just not done with it yet. He's also got straps on, but not a strap on, straps around his... Forget it. Anyway, here we are. Oh no. The sitting. The sitting. The shitting. Wait, I need to change this. Sit. Okay. Here. Hello. Oh. Ho. Yeah. Hell yeah. It's a bit more sensitive than before, and I kind of like it. So, yeah, there's no physics on it or anything yet, but, there's a bunch of other shit, like the hippie... Wait, what? Why aren't the hips moving? It's stuck on something. Whatever. But this is the cool bit. This part's gonna be really cool. Wow. What? There it is. Wow. Hell yeah. That's great. And then... Wow. That's cool. Gonna be really cool. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be epic. Look at the lighting. It's affected by the lighting as well. It's got dynamic lighting. It looks very 3D. Holy shit. I just realized how 3D it looks, because goddamn, that's crazy. Da 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 da. And then there. Yeah, this will probably be the new look some other time when I'm done with this. I'm like working on it off and on in between commissions and shit, so I don't know when it's gonna be done. but happening, and it's further along than I've been letting on. But yeah, it's looking great. Heck yeah. Cute as hell. And then we go back. Save that. And go back to this. Do, do, do. There we go. I think I should darken some of the shadows here. Oh right, should I give her highlights in her eyes? She doesn't really have any in her normal art. I guess I'm going to anyway. Just a tiny bit, like nothing too obvious, just a little bit here. And again, because I use a very low saturation, high value colors, when I use something very high saturation, it sticks out a lot more. So that looks really nice. Hell yeah. Maybe add a bit of purple on the other side. Erase it a little bit. Let me go back down here. And then we kind of get a bit of a brighter color actually as we go around this section. And honestly, I'd love to open live 2D commissions again. I just don't know if anyone would want them. But we'll see. Maybe after the next two. Because I still have one that's like on the docket. Two, like one commission and well, my model, so. Wonder if that's too lewd for YouTube. Might be, and if it is, I'm sorry. But it's artistic, we're drawing. Someone actually commissioned me to do some NSFW content, actually. Hey, Jackie. How are you? Oh, shit. Hope you'll feel better soon. Have a cookie. Shit, okay, no, that sounds, yeah, no, it sounds really rough. Fuck. Get yourself a cookie, please. Oh, but then could you taste it? Oh no. Adding the color, the flesh tone here is less reflection and more kind of like implying that it's like not as translucent, not as opaque as you think it is. Sassy snack bus. I think this needs to be a bit more curved like that to really emphasize just how her torso is tilted. The reason why I had to tilt her torso up so much is to account for her tail. Because I wanted to seem like she's kind of like using it almost like a beanbag, you know what I mean? Like you're like lying down with your ass on the beanbag with your legs up a little bit. That's kind of is the goal. So, yeah. Do you think crocodiles would be as crazy or less crazy than people from Florida? Look, okay, legit answer, it'll depend on where they grew up, because, you know, nature versus nurture. But if you're asking me, nature, crocodiles do some crazy things, right? So they're, if I remember correctly, like they eat each other, they're prone to cannibalism or something when they're young, and they're kind of like very territorial. So like on a nature basis, they'd at least be that much, but like if we're talking like crazy party people, I don't know. Like if anything, I'd say that they're more predisposed to be like loners, I guess. But I guess it also goes back to the whole, what do we mean when we say crazy, you know? Unless we mean like, oh, they have conspiracy theories, don't trust the government kind of crazy, I'd say maybe yes. Yeah. You know what? If we define crazy as that, I'd say that crocodile people will probably end up like that more likely than not. Just because, you know, of their own nature and, you know, yeah. If that's how we're defining crazy. And if it just includes any kind of crazy, including that, then yeah, that's the answer. Yeah, probably yeah. Probably yes. Imagine that, yeah, the most oldest species. Yeah, you know, that's the other thing, right? They're kind of basically living dinosaurs. They have the oldest plant form in existence right now. Are they older than sharks? Crocodiles older than sharks. Sharks in general predate crocodiles. Okay, sharks are much older than crocodiles. Probably have as many stories as turtles. Yeah, no, I can see that. Wait, how long do they live again? How long do crocodiles live? Between 50 and 100. I'd say that's the same as a human, so I don't know. Because like the reason why turtles can tell so many stories, right, is because they have like centuries-long lifespans, though. So crocodiles, they only live as long as humans, so I guess they'd only give as many stories as humans. Look, unless you're telling me they passed down their stories from their ancestors, I don't think Yeah, okay, yeah. If you're saying that they'd pass on the stories, they'd say like, back in my day, when the humans were fighting in World War II, we were doing this and that. And back when my great-grandfather, great-great-great-grandfather was personal friends with the crocodile that knew someone that knew the conquistadors when they invaded in North America. I don't know. Something like that, maybe. Hey, they could tell us if, like, the floods really happened. Like, back in Babel times is what the humans call them. There was a giant flood. And there was just one asshole that stole 2 of every animal and put him on the boat. But we told him, we can swim, we don't need your boat. And he did it anyway. He damn gone did it anyway. He pulled us on a boat. And he told us, do you realize something? Do you realize if the flood hits and you're all out there, you'll go to hell and there's nothing I can do to save you? So we headed onto that boat and we had to hang out with them for 30 days and 30 nights. And in those 30 days, I learned, or our great-great-grand ancestor learned, to hate every other type of reptile out there, especially snakes. Fuck, I don't know. Wait a minute, is Flourite a snake or a crocodile? Fuck. I feel like I made a mistake saying she's a snake. Calling her a sussy snake. Not sure. Honestly, I'm still kind of reeling from this news about Smiling Friends. I'm really upset. Like, I get it. Like, I get what they're doing, you know, and I honestly respect them for that. They don't want to turn Smiling Friends into zombie Smiling Friends, but, you know, I'm still disappointed, because I would have wanted to have at least 1 or 2 more seasons. Maybe this wouldn't have hurt as much if I'd known that they'd said, hey, this is gonna end in season 2 or 3. Or if they didn't make the announcement for seasons 4 and 5, but I guess those are things that are way above. You know, they couldn't see it coming, or Adult Swim really pushed for it, and they couldn't say no, but you know, if that's the case, then I guess they end up putting their feet down, and saying, no, we're gonna end it here, we want to end on a high note. And I'm of the opinion that it did end on a high note. Smiling Friends Season 3 has been pretty good. There are some that I don't like as much as Season 1, I guess. Like the nature episode I didn't like as much, but the rest of it I really liked. And to see it go away just kind of sucks. Like, it sucks. There's no other way to put it. But I understand. It's like having to say goodbye, but at least now you get to say goodbye on terms that are like well, instead of just like it fizzling out and saying, oh no, it sucks now, I don't want to engage with it. At least you're saying goodbye on a high note, you know? But still, it will be missed. And we've seen what happens when these shows come back way after and it doesn't end up good. Like, we saw what happened with Clone High. Didn't end so great. It ended on a worse note, actually, than if we just left them in stasis. So, I feel it's a little on truth by the makers, so they had a good time, though, beside the first season's dumping. Yeah. They seem to have had fun with it, and, you know, I'm happy for them, and I'm a huge fan of their content. I've been a fan of their content, like, since forever. Since Michael was posting, like, the big smiling man that ended up turning into the Smiling Friends, headquarters and all that, and Zach, just only plays and Hellbenders and literally, and then Arrow to the Knee, classics, internet classics, Arrow to the Knee, you know. But what can you do? Like, it's their project, they can do whatever with it, and I'm happy they did. It seems like they did. It will be missed. and I will probably still be reeling from it for a long time because I don't know if we'll ever get anything along those lines. You know, I'm not saying that like Smiling Friends is the most innovative in terms of like what variety of like content or anything like that, because I feel like Gumball has a be not here to compare things, but like, you know, it's not the best any particular thing is what I'm trying to say, but it was the only thing to be like what I feel is an amalgam of a lot of these things. And I don't know if we're ever gonna get something like that. Not for a while, not forever actually. I don't know. The reason why I'm saying not forever is because like there's a chance that it won't ever come back, or nothing similar will ever come back. It's just because like there is a specific brand of humor that it follows and it goes, you know, it uses. One that's not just terminally online, but has also been online since forever, I'd say. Because if you get someone newer, that's like a newer animator, let's say for example, to work on a similar show, the humor will be a bit different. It won't be that Newgrounds, that specific brand of Newgrounds edgy humor, but that isn't like just edgy for the sake of being edgy and it doesn't go too far. Not like the reason why I bring up that bit is that I feel like it's funnier if there's a subtlety than being just overtly specific. It's, yeah, exactly. It's a good balance of nice and jokes, and it's like, it's just a good balance. It's not, yeah. It's just the right amount of edginess that is self-aware, but also doesn't like try to be more than what it is. And I like that. Like, I feel like a lot of edgy humor nowadays is sometimes there's some malice to it. Like, I know that a lot of them there isn't, and I can like point those out. But sometimes there is, like, I've seen a lot of these edgy shows that have malice to them. And like, if that's your humor, go for it, man. But Smiling Friends, to me, felt like it was being more positive. Because I think I'm at that age where I'd rather not get mad at shit. I'd rather just enjoy something for being funny, not get rage baited by something. And a lot of like edgy humor nowadays, I feel like is very rage baity and like, okay, I get it, you feel strong about that. I'm tired. Main group isn't really mean to each other. It's, yeah, it's coworkers and friends, and even if they are mean, it's kind of like not super evil, mean, kind of just like, oh, normal friend shit. Like, oh, Pim isn't in the group chat, don't worry about it. Kind of deal, you know? It's very human. It's very positive. And that's the big thing, I think. It's like, it's very positive. It doesn't necessarily shit on anyone, I think is the biggest thing I like about Smiling Friends. It pokes fun at certain people and stuff, yes, definitely. In certain... But I feel like it's... You can tell that it's all in good fun. It's not like laugh at the lol cow. It's like, this lol cow sort of thing exists. Not like saying that there's specific lol cows, I'm just saying I can't really think of an example, but it's like, let's say there's a thing that they're making fun of, but it's not like a, haha, it's so stupid, let's laugh at it. It's like, don't you like see how ridiculous this whole thing is? And it's kind of funny, but also like, you know, there's some heart to it. You don't have to hate on it. There's some people do feel certain ways about whatever, whether it's like aliens existing, flat earth stuff, or if it's just like people like President Jumble, or, you know, your chat reads and one of them probably tells them, yeah, maybe they're doing it for Pim's sake, you know, and it might come off as passive aggressive, but it's also not like, hey, I'm gonna beat Meg on the head with like a bat or something. You know, that's one thing I think I'll like regret or like miss is that we never got like a Smiling Friends Family Guy sort of thing. Just because of how many times Zach brings up Family Guy and stuff. I thought it would have been really funny if Seth MacFarlane would show up as like a guest on Smiling Friends as a guest voice. That would have been the funniest thing ever to me. If that would, you know, that ever happened. And I guess we're not gonna get it, but, you know, would have been really funny. Yeah. That's their biggest? No, I'd say, no, you're right, but I'd say didn't they already get like, they got Gilbert Gottfried before he died. I know what you're saying, but they got Gilbert Gottfried before he died. I feel like that's, there's something to be said about that. That, you know, all due respect and like, yeah. I don't know, that would have been their biggest get after Gilbert Gottfried, I think is what I would say. Oh, okay, yeah, you mean like it would be hard to get him on because they're also kind of gonna make fun of him. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I see that. Yeah, I kind of see that. And you know, everyone on Only Plays, I guess, was on it at one point or another, right? Corey was in it. He was like the Sasquatch that was pissing, and then Chris was in it twice, both as the Sasquatch Yeti, no, the Yeti that yelled at the guys, and as Smormu. And Harry Partridge was involved, not necessarily only. Oh, he is kind of Only Plays because he does artistic, slightly artistic, yeah, with Chris. So yeah, it's just there's just a lot to digest and unpack with everything that's happening. But is YOLO Crystal Fantasy still even happening? I wonder. I don't want to sound like, oh hey, I know a guy kind of way, but I do actually have some people, know some people that worked on the show. I haven't necessarily talked to them in a long time, but I'm happy for them and stuff. What I'm trying to say with that is like, I hope that this leads to more shit for them, no more opportunities for them to work in the industry. I'm pretty sure a lot of them already do have like other gigs, but you know, it would suck if they had no other getting off point and yeah. At the very least, they had a good run. Yeah, it would have been so funny if they got to poke fun at Seth. That would have been the holy grail in my opinion. That would have been so funny if they got to like make fun of Seth MacFarlane. I mean, all in good fun, of course. I think the best things are the things that jokes have a bit of spite in me. Yeah. No, yeah, definitely. Kind of like the nostalgia critic stuff, actually. Like, there's always like them kind of poking fun at it, but like, it's like you have two ways of reacting to it, right? You can either react like Linkara did, and kind of be all pissy about it, or you can just embrace it and enjoy it for the humor and understand that like, yeah, because the ultimate is didn't bring it. Exactly. So seeing the Oni Plays Doug Walker nostalgia critic plushie was just amazing, you know? Just seeing it going, aw, yeah, no, everything's cool, everything's right in the world when you're part of the joke. How long have we been streaming for? An hour and 56 minutes. Give it a few more. Because yeah, I'm waiting for some upgrades to arrive for the Vector. I might end up having to finish this tomorrow is what I'm a bit worried about. I would have wanted to finish this and like post it tomorrow is kind of why I'm a bit annoyed, but yeah, because the last commission, it's great. I like it, for the record. I like what I did with the Spas commission. It was amazing. Cool commission from the commissioner, just because I really like that outfit as well. Honestly, I take any excuse to draw Sabrina, but I gotta admit that it did take time away from this piece. Not like the commissioner's fault. More mine. Like I think I had to take more breaks than usual this week, but yeah. I think I'm skirting the line between being burnt out. Oh yeah, no, yeah, that's why I ended up having to go out a little bit more because like a friend rescheduled some stuff, so I had to spend a bit more time outside than I initially expected. Ended up taking more breaks. But you know, I need breaks, I guess. Oh, oops. Darken this a little bit more. I hope I don't get in trouble with Arknights for drawing this, by the way. That's another thing. As long as I don't tag it and, as like being part of like the content creator stuff, I think I'm fine. As long as I just tag it as like normal Arknights fan art, I should be fine. But this will not be accepted for like anything part of the content creator program, definitely. Just because, you know, it's a bit risque. It's a bit sexy. It's got booba in it. And a little bit more. I think she's too yellow, so I might actually just like... She's too saturated, rather. Maybe not yellow specifically. Increase the bird blue. Just a smidge. The green. Okay, no, that's a bit better. Orange. Now I'll keep it like this. I think it looks better on the RGB, on the sRGB screen anyway, on the less animated screen, or less color accurate screen. Plus I probably need to like start working on it in this, with this background anyway, because like the background is supposed to be a bit brighter than what I was using. That was just making it easier for me to like look at things for a long period of time. That's another trick, by the way. Working with grays, especially with the dark theme, it helps your eyes. Your eyes don't get fatigued as much, I feel. And then let's do this and get rid of a lot of this. There we go. Yeah. Pretty good. And what are these notifications? Okay. That's interesting. Okay. Hell yeah, that looks nice. Ooh. Did not want to do that. Maybe something more like this. That's okay. Increase the brightness a little bit. There we go, that's better. For delivery, my ad. They only work until 5 p.m. Oh no. Still en route, of course it is. Oh. For context, I'm like waiting for a package to arrive as well. Okay. Pretty sick. I wonder what texture you think most reptiles have hair-wise. I'm guessing... Damn. That's an interesting question. I was gonna say, like, guessing, like, very smooth, but, like, no, these are reptiles, not amphibians, right? Because, like, so it's not... I shouldn't just assume they'll always be underwater. It's like, people think that reptiles are... Okay, you know what? Here's my answer. It's kind of like, you know how people think that snakes are slimy and stuff, but no, they just have really shiny skin. I think that's what the texture should be. Their hair would always look like wet or like really shiny, but you know, that's just how it looks. I think very smooth, very shiny, very nice textured skin, hair rather, is what they'd have. That's probably my answer. But I don't know, that's just a theory. And that's it, like, that's just a theory and then nothing else. I'm not gonna say anything else about that. They molt their hair once in a... Oh. Oh shit. Did not know that. The fact that they even have hair is kind of interesting to me, to be honest. Like, I think Voxy said they don't really have hair below their eyebrows. So yeah. Huh. It's not like molting is instant, right? Like it takes a while for them to like be able to even start molting. So at least that's my understanding. So, I don't know. I do like that idea though, that like, oh, if they just want a new haircut, they just molt. I can see that. Would be funny. There's like seems some subtleties here I need to like really use to convey certain things. Convey lighting over there. Hey Kiryu! Yeah, I'm well. How are you? Oh damn. Are you okay? I'm gonna add more texturing to like the folds here in the corners. Really easy thing you can kind of do. You can kind of just do this. Like soften it up outwards. For context, not only when renew the lease, so we have to move out and oh shit. We got a new home. Okay. Okay, that kind of sucks, but hey, you're hopefully like working. Also too, Gundam, hopefully everything's mostly moved, right? So, oh yeah, I hope it works out. Spin-off manga. Yeah, I saw that. I love the Haman Karn spin-off manga where she's like an office lady and like has a huge crush on Judao. Oh my god, that manga. Honestly, the way she has like a huge crush on Judao is what sells it for me. You know, like go get her, Cougar. Go get him, Cougar. After dropping off 2 more loads and all that, less TVs and beds. Oh, okay. Well, shit. Then you still have to set them up in your place, right? Good luck. I do not envy you. I'm also going through the same thing. I recently moved. I'm not ready to talk about it, but. Weird, no, I found dog hair in the freezer. What the fuck? How do you know it's dog hair? But yeah, my stuff is still on a shipping container, but once it arrives, I'm gonna have to like unpack it as well, including my giant ass metal table and my 49-inch monitor. Like, oh, I'm complaining about getting cool shit. Like, yeah, no, the move was a bit annoying as well. Char did not on purpose for an online persona. At the moment, we don't really care where it goes. Fair enough. Honestly, just like getting settled so you can get back into your daily habits is probably the most important thing, right? Yeah. Ah, okay, that makes sense. Still in the freezer though. What the? Wait a minute. Okay, no, now I have more questions, or the same questions as before. That answers one question. Okay, why was there dog hair? They own dogs, but then why was it in the freezer? Did they freeze the dogs? Is this dog abuse? Is this animal abuse? Do you need to report this? A bit scary. A little bit scary. Not gonna lie. There was also dog hair in the burner of the... Oh. I don't like that. Kinda scary. I'm just like thinking right now. The dog hair in the burner of the stove. Oh, why were they burning dog hair? Okay. Oh shit, is an ad running? Anyway. Yeah, so it reeking of dog hair. Sorry, wet dog. Oh, because you could have cremated the dog as well. It's still though, you wouldn't normally do that, right? Right? That happens a lot. That's scary. That's kind of scary. Still, like, home cremation using your stove is still kind of scary if you ask me. You know? I don't know. Could be wait, okay. Could be worse, right? They could have eaten him. The dog, I mean. Yeah, I would worry. I worry quite a bit. Okay, and then we do this, and then we do this, and then we do this. And then there. That's looking great. Hell yeah. Add some more ambient coloring into the darker areas, so it looks better. Like every room just smell like wet dog. Oh my god. No, honestly, I understand why. Yeah, no. I mean, I'm not saying I understand. Like, oh, we're coming. Like, I get why you're so tired. Then I hope everything just works out better from now on. Because damn. Willing to bet, okay, I'm willing to bet that before they left, they didn't even notice it smelled like dog because they probably got you know, nose blind to it. You'd have to, right? You'd have to get nose blind. Eventually. Like, nose blind to that specific spell. It kind of happened to me when I visited the fox village. In case you don't know, like, apparently foxes smell really freaking bad. It's one of the reasons why they're not really good pets. But when I was there, like, yeah, they stunk so bad. But I endured it. I got nose blind. It took me like maybe 30 minutes or something. But you eventually have to end up becoming nose blind where it doesn't, you know, you don't smell it anymore. You don't smell the badness. Like, yeah, you don't smell yourself. I probably smell like garbage right now. Yeah. Probably not. We didn't let the renter time get... Fair enough. I hope you at least managed to save some money on that, I guess. Because, like... That's still a pain in the ass, and I don't know. But yeah, no, fair enough. Ah, fuck. I'm so sorry. Hear that? Ah. Akakuri. Yvonne. Yvonne or Akakuri? Oh, okay. No, 200 bucks. For one, that's what that's. I'm assuming like in decent condition, right? Surely. If that's the case, then yeah, I feel like that's good. Yeah, but like, I don't know. She looks like Stinky Dog to me. Like she gives me the I don't know. Okay, for context, I feel like Saga smells like garbage. I would think that Saga smells like trash. Just because she's a dog, right? So I think that's the logic coming out. But maybe I'm just dogist. I love dogs. I just think they stink. You know what? If we're going back to the logic of me and foxes and stuff, and like how bad they stink, then I'd say maybe Angelina Gilberta would smell really bad, really musky. Ah, that sounds good. Ah, imagine Gilberta musk. Flourite probably doesn't smell like anything. I don't know if reptiles really smell like anything, right? Last I checked, like, reptiles don't smell like anything, but I might be wrong and misremembering and being biased. Or all of the above. Fair enough, Jackie. I don't know, Pad, what do you think? Which one smells the best? Who's the Aegarian? Give me someone from Aegar. Ardelia! It would smell like a sheep. I feel like she'd also smell musky. I feel like Levitane smells like burnt hair and toast. Maybe in a good way. Snowshine maybe? I don't know why. Like, cause if you use all my logic, like, wouldn't she smell like a bear? But I don't know, she looks like the mascot of like a detergent brand, so yeah. Oh, what's the name of the little lolly again? The little lolly fox, the little sister of Wolfguard. She would smell really bad. I think she would smell really, really bad. Because she's also a fox. I think Yvonne would smell like... Yeah, Rossi. Rossi would smell really bad. I think Yvonne would smell like... what Asmongold smells like. Yeah. Controversial take. I love Flourite mostly for shooting speed. Yeah, here's the thing about Flourite. I use her as my sub DPS. I don't use her directly. I just level her up, use her for her skills, but I never really play as her. She is cool though. You mean Ember? Oh, okay. No, Ember's cool. But I feel like you're losing out on her combos if you main her. Because she only activates her combo. Wait, does she activate her combo if she gets hit as well? If that's the case, then yeah, it's probably fine then. My current team is Ardelia. Wait. No, Aefiala. Wait. Which one's the right one? Well, Aefiala, Surtur, Angelina, and Min. I know it's not like the most meta team or whatever, I just have that. And then my secondary team is the ice one, which is Last Rite, Aurora, Shaihi, and Flourite. And I honestly like using that team more in terms of like gameplay, just because I get to parry a lot. Parry using the skill of Aurora. And then I need more smalls with pole arms. Isn't the guy from the Twink small with a pole arm? You might like him. I forgot his name though. Oh, you might like him. Leafang, yeah. You know what? In terms of like operators that I want to see come out, that are what do you call them, reconveners, I think one of the highest on that list would definitely be, well, Lapland, obviously, because you know we know she's infected, and wait, was Siege infected? I mean Ember and have Flourite, Endmin, and the nun on my team. Her name is Shaihi, and yeah, she's great. Lapland, we love that. We love Lappy in this. We love Lapland. We want to go to Lapland to say hi to Santa Claus. Fox Smiling Face is done. Oh my god, I'm still thinking about it. I'm not gonna get over this for a while. Not for a while. And I just need to accept that. Her fighting game's weird, but not gals. How many gals and fighters use polearms? You're right. Can't really think of. I don't know. I can think of like, I don't know, Fate Nerja. Small. Oh, like very small as well. I cleared the story of the maxed Ember and everyone else at 40. Fair enough. Fair and valid is what I would say, and kind of based even. Oh. No, that's cool. That's really cool, actually. Okay. That's funny. Let me think. Hey Pad, guess who's not rolling for Rossi? That's right, me. Guess who also isn't rolling for Tong Tong? Also me. So I get to save for a bit. Probably. I'm probably gonna, the next time probably rolls either Mifu or the person that is voiced by Molly Zhang. Yeah, Tong Tong is funny. Yeah, that's it. Tong Tong is funny. But compared to like, I don't know, getting Mifu, I'm also, honestly, I'm also just like, I think I'm also extra conservative in this game because I don't like how little we get. I know people have done some of the math and say, no, you can totally get like everyone in the banner, and I did by accident. But now I've got like, I don't know, maybe like 110 row left and all that. Should do a martial arts and then pull out a gun. Are we talking about Mifu or Tang Tang? Also, I just noticed, there aren't the one Laterano we have in Arknights Enfield, and she uses a sword. Or Sancta, rather. The one Sancta we have in the lineup, and she uses a sword. But we have a Vulpo and a Dragon, whatever they're called, Draco, that use guns. And a Lizard, a Sarkaz, that uses guns as well. Like in Flourite, right? So, I don't know, fuck, what happened? Oh, wait, legit? Now they use gunpowder, is what you're telling me? It's not... Wait, is that the answer? This isn't gunpowder, they're using gunpowder and not Originium now? That's cool, if real. Cool if true. Damn. In the wiki, it'll be like, how come they were able to... Oh, by the way, guys, don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone this is here. Don't tell anyone this is here. No longer exclusive to Sancta. Shit. That's interesting. So you don't have to be from Kivotos to use a gun, right? Hey, if Exia was from Kivotos, what school would she be from, you reckon? I feel like given her like history, I think she might be Trinity. And Mostama would definitely be Gehenna. Bum 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 ba-dum ba-dum. Bum 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 ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum ba-dum. That's hot. Yeah, I kind of want to give her like a, maybe not slimy is the word I'm looking for, but like a very shiny look, just to like kind of be like, you know, a little bit like they're reptiles. They're very, very slimy. Like, I don't know if slimy is the right word. Just like, you know what I mean? A little shiny skin. It looks kind of hot. You feel me? Da 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 da. Okay, there we go. A very shiny skin. I feel like reducing the red just a little bit though. Hell yeah, that's looking great. Holy shit, looking great. So then I think I'm gonna just do a little bit more of the hair here. I'm gonna get the darker parts here, darken this a little bit, and then add like some of the reflections from the skin by doing this. Make it a darkish, like flesh tone color. Hey, would anyone be interested if I played like, if I streamed myself playing a Operation Codename Bakery Girl? I'm feeling like doing that. I feel like I should, because I've never played it before. You know the first game in the Girls Frontline canon or whatever. The Bakery Girl remake on Steam. I might do that. Maybe when the new model's done. Yeah, I'll do that when the new model's done. I'll be like, hey guys, first stream with the new model. It's gonna be Operation Codename Bakery Girl. Girls Frontline, this is where it started. All that. Okay. The 3-star gun weapon description. Oh, is that where it's from? The one that comes with everyone, all the gun operators when you get them? Okay, I'll have a look later then. Damn it, where's that package? So I ordered a square suppressor for my Vector, and I'm just waiting for it to arrive. I'm really kind of like worried about it because it's not like it was super expensive or anything, but like if this works, then it means I can't order shit from Hong Kong. Give me a sec. Sorry, it's a lot of tiny refinements that I feel like I'm gonna notice. What's the delivery company marked on the tracker? Oh, it's okay, don't worry about it. It's not JCX, yeah. It's worse. I mean, it says it's en route to delivery. Letter carrier en route to delivery. So that means it's coming, right? I guess the hard steps are out of the way. No, because like I want to know if I just need to head to the post office now to pick it up. But if I head there to the post office and they're like, oh no, your thing's out for delivery, then I'm just gonna go. It's one of those things where I just want to know if I should be going to pick it up. Because it's a weekend tomorrow as well. It would have been nice to like get it before the weekend. It's like Saturday tomorrow. I guess I just gotta be patient. Sigh. That's it. Damn, he looks like he's sleeping in that position. Let me try to do that again. Yeah, this is like me drawing. It's like, he looks like he's sleeping. It's kind of cute, isn't it? The cute little dude. Little guy just sleeping, pooping. Oh yeah, have you guys seen the new model yet? I feel like showing it off again. Just cause, yeah, if you didn't see it before. Okay. Modeling. It's not done yet. Not done yet. But, here it is. For now. Whoa. 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 Hey. There's no physics or anything on it yet. Still working on. Oh. Music died. What the heck? Anyway, what was it doing? Alright, yeah, here. Whoa. And then... And then I'm gonna do this whenever I talk. I want to make it so that it kind of does that, you know? Like whenever I'm like, whoa! And like, whoa. No. Yeah. Check it out. And then Toggle the visor. Still working on it. There's like a lot of missing features on the chest right now. There's supposed to be a lot of bands and stuff, but I think this is pretty cool. Oh yeah, if I'm talking, I'll be like, it's, you know, it's pretty cool. Yeah. Anything analyzed or as a rig, most of them also have look like yeah. So yeah, so kind of want to do this, and then it's gonna have like, I mean, I've got like I'm working on it. I'm gonna have a sitting animation. I'm gonna sit down, shit, and be like, hey, what's up? I'm sitting down. But like, I want to make this like my man spreading animation. This is me man spreading. Hehehe. It's the man spread animation. I'm tempted to redo it. Sometimes the doodle program. Oh yeah. I mean, you can also use like a bunch of features in Live 2D now, since they let you like change the color of certain layers and like parts. So yeah, that's something definitely you can do. God, just look how 3D it is, because I have different like lighting layers just for lighting the different parts of the visor. It's really sick, actually. Like, holy shit. I'm impressed. I'm impressed by myself. I can't believe I fucking did this. I honestly can't believe it. And this doesn't even have the Spider-Man eyes yet. I'm gonna add like Spider-Man eyes to this. It's gonna look so cool. Or at least, I hope so. You know? But yeah. That's coming soon. God, it makes me want to move a lot more. Yeah. And then, whoop. What's better, with or without the visor? I don't know. They're both kind of cute. Like, you know, like, it's not the actual specific shape, it's just that they're gonna be circles that can... You know how Spider-Man in like Tobey Maguire and... The Tobey Maguire Spider-Man and all the other live-action Spider-Mans, the Spider-Man that weren't like... the Tony Stark one, Tom Holland, their eyes didn't change shape. I'm going for like comic Spider-Man where like, you know, his eyes would get thinner, they'd squint, they'd like open bigger. If he was you know, if he was surprised, that's kind of what I'm going for, you know? Got tokusatsu eyes. And I mean, I can make them glow. Yeah, they're just gonna be cartoony on a display. Like on a display, for lack of a better way to put it. Oh, you can still see the chin as I move, as I talk underneath the mask. That's cool. Yeah. So, I also think that the mouth movements are a lot better than the current model. So that's really cool. The last model at least. So, working on that. Working on this has been like just me getting back into Live 2D mostly. But yeah. And then this will probably be default. And then I do this when I'm not default, I guess. Yeah. And I didn't give myself a blush. I don't know if I should. I don't know if I should give myself a blush. Because I find it more annoying in my current models. Like, I feel like I don't like it. But it is cute. I might add something that's a bit more subtle, if that's the case. So like, oh, wow, whoop, wah, whoop. And it works in any angle. Whoop, wah, whoop, wah, 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 wah. Hell yeah. It's just gonna go wild. Yeah, my ADHD went wild when I started doing this again. So, yeah. Hopefully this goes somewhere. We'll see. Honestly, I could probably start streaming with this, like this. But I don't know, I kind of want to get it complete. I want to give it all the physics and everything. It still looks a bit stiff, but it really looks pretty nice. Even without all the jacket and like the straps and all the other cool shit that's supposed to have. Just the fact that it's got like this is already kind of cool, honestly. Blah, 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 blah. Heck yeah. Anyway, back to the draw. Gonna close this. Yeah, I like this cartoony fucking thing more. Like, between all my models currently, I think this is my favorite, just because I like how cartoony it is, honestly. Oops. There we go. One of my favorites I haven't re-rigged at all. Re-rig, so like would you use the same art, but you just kind of rig over it again? But I want to doodle more. Fair enough. Yeah, I feel like this is an okay time zone to be streaming in then, huh? Essentially an in-between of a Kirby character. Oh, okay. I'm just refreshing some stuff. Damn. Gotta just keep on adding in shadows where I feel like it works more. Still feeling like it's a bit too red, but, you know, it'll probably be fine, right? Yeah. Do 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 do. Okay. And then we add more of this. Oh, oops, wrong tool. Kind of in here, but I'm just a bit scared because like I also kind of want this to be in more in the shaded side, so I'm not gonna color it in too much. I'm gonna dab a little bit, color pick from that, so now I have a slightly darker tone. That's a cool trick you can do, by the way. If you're not sure about what color you want to use, if it given like something's in shade or is like is a different material that will mix whatever color you're adding onto it, you slightly add that color and then color pick the color that you added in, assuming your tool has like less than 100% opacity, and depending on how low that percentage is, that kind of tells you how much it's blended, how much of the two colors are kind of combined. Blended is probably not the hey, thanks for the follow. I'm sorry, thanks for that Cogston. Not follow. Why did I say follow? Thanks for that. How's it been? I think I saw you the last time, Moon, and I tried to stream the thingy. I don't know. I hope we get back to it, but yeah, I hope we get back to it. We'll see. I'm waiting on Moon. But yeah, it's one of the tricks you can do to sort of help you pick a color that works under certain like if the material you're painting on is under certain conditions. So like if it's this white, right, and I want to add more of the white lighting, I'll just add a little bit of the white onto it, color pick that color, and now I have sort of a color in between what I wanted to paint and what the material is. So like, you know, a blended color between the two. That allows me to kind of have added in, and you can keep doing it repeatedly. So if you do it again, you'll have something that's even more blended towards the material that it's on. So something darker generally. It's a day. How about you? Not too bad. Honestly, I wanted to just stream a little bit while waiting for a package to arrive. I got some upgrades for my Chris Vector. My gas blowback airsoft Chris Vector hasn't arrived yet. It said that it was on the way like 9 a.m. It is currently 2:40 on my end, so it's taking its goddamn time. So I don't know, I might as well get this done, because honestly I wanted to get this done before tomorrow. Whatever. It probably won't be done by tomorrow. It'll probably be done when it's done, and you know, it'll be out when it's out. You know. Yeah, I got a suppressor for it too, so it's kind of cool. Hopefully it is. Yeah, no, thanks for that. No, I appreciate it, Kiryu. Honestly, like, after hearing what you were going through, you deserve the break, man. You deserve the goddamn break. Honestly. So yeah. Sweet dreams, brother. Okay. Even more of this right now. I feel like I should be streaming more now that I have more time. And honestly, I probably should. I probably could. I might ask permission from like the people that commissioned me if I can work on their stuff on stream. That would be fun. Might do that next week or something. As I work through the commissions. Hey Cogston, check this out. Don't tell nobody. That's it. That's it. Shh. It's a secret. Heck yeah, that's looking good. For this, I'm gonna add in a slightly brighter color, but less saturated underneath the cap of Delia and Ines. Ooh. Wait, put it in cosplay posting on the Discord. Please, please, please. Put it there. Don't make me do it. I'll do it. Fine. It'll be like that. I will do it. Yeah, that is really hot. That is really sick. That's really sick. I like that. That's really sick. Oh god, look at the comments though. Look at the one comment of the W cosplayer. With W under... Oh my god. That's W under boob. I can't believe it. In the Discover More, holy crap. That is good. Fucking love that cockroach. Damn, I got distracted. I got distracted by Titty. Stop distracting me with Titty. It's my one weakness. It's my... one of my one weaknesses. Got a few of those. I have to admit. But it's one of them, and it's not fair that you're using them. Not cool, dog. And then more of this. More of this. A little bit of that as well. I want something that's a bit less bright, actually, for stuff that's in here. So, yeah, there we go. That's a bit darker. So maybe I should be using the lighter pencil instead. But getting it across, just getting that nice squishiness, you know? There we go. That's good. It's good. There we go. Get a darker color here. And then we kind of... I need to emphasize the double eyelid a little bit more, so I'm gonna do that. Just gonna darken the bottom of it. Because we really want to give her that bratty look. Look at how bratty she is. Don't you just want to correct her? God, it sounded so bad. Isn't she just asking for correction? In before she corrects you instead. Haha. Adding a little bit of the shadows there and here. Kind of helps emphasize them a little bit more, actually. Very smug. This is almost Kate Smug. Almost. Kate Smug is also kind of like laughing at you very explicitly. This is more implicitly laughing at you. Some of this to help highlight certain sections to various degrees of like just adding depth to the whole form. Yeah, of course, like we want that implicit smugness. We want that like I feel like weebs like that shit. I also haven't got a dual idea of Nero in the doodle world, and I got sorry, that just stuck in my head. I smell toast. Holy shit, I smell toast. Am I in trouble? Fuck, that's toast. Am I having a stroke? Probably not. I hope not. I hope that isn't... I'm not having a stroke, because goddamn. Miku, 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 hatsune, miku. Add some more curves into this to like help add texturing to these surfaces. And then a little bit more of this. And we darken this bit a little bit more. Darken some of the neon. Helps it out. Just need to darken this a little bit more as well. Ideally for me, I don't want to spend more than maybe 8 more hours on this piece, maybe 6 more. So tomorrow, ideally, I want to just work on the guns and maybe the hair and the tail. So today, before I go off on my dinner or if my package arrives, I would want to get maybe the hair and most of the clothing done, which doesn't seem too hard. But I'm currently just spending a lot of time on the skin because I feel like, well, it's a huge part of the piece, no doubt. And it's honestly probably what 99% of people that see this want anyway. And like, you know, that's not like a diss against them. It's just a fact. It's the reason why I drew it anyway, so I have no right to judge. So all this to say, it needs to be Very important. Yeah, hell yeah. So, I don't know, okay, so Coxton, here's the thing, right? One of the things I was doing earlier in the stream, right? I was trying to get this belly button to look angled correctly. Because the thing I want to imply is that she's like, her legs are lifted up and sitting on the fat ass tail. You know? Because otherwise, it just doesn't make sense. And I'm seeing something else that doesn't make sense right now, so I'm gonna fix it. Gonna have to fix it by hand. So this, her fat ass needs to kind of like, fat tail needs to like squirm like this. Shows you love the Vocaloids Utaos. Yeah, that makes sense. Great idea. Yeah, but the problem is, like a while ago, the belly button was more like this, which implies it's more straight on. So I had to really go for like more flat because, you know, you're looking at it from below. So it's one of those like subtleties that as you're drawing, you might not necessarily pick up on, but if you're a viewer, you subconsciously pick up on these things. Whether or not you can articulate it, you can just kind of know something's off. And that's what I just have to be careful for, because yeah, people are smart, or rather people's brains are smart. Everyone's an idiot. I'm an idiot. But our brains pick up on these things. Yeah, almost as though she's like exercising on a beanball? You know, on like a medicine ball, big ass medicine ball for her big ass. Hell yeah. Oops. Yeah. Okay, that's a little bit better actually. I mean, if I were to like work on this a little bit more, I want to darken this a little bit and then just brighten up the sections that I feel like would be more directed exposed to the light. So like this section. I hope the lap music isn't too loud. Let me know if the music's too loud, by the way. Or if it's not loud enough. Kinda wanna do it this way. Of course, that's not complete, but that's just the start. Music is good. Okay, that's good. So, when it comes to these scales, I really need to make sure that they're kind of glossier. So they're going to definitely have like a brighter, not quite a specular reflection, but like a brighter, sort of diffused specular reflection, which is like this sharper one. A specular would be like this thing. This is a specular reflection, like this little dot thing. That helps really sell how reflective the piece is, or the material is, how glossy and like shiny it is. Whereas this is kind of like more satiny, I guess is the word, you know, slimy like a snake, but not really, just because the scales are reflective. So we want to have that sort of more diffused, but still kind of sharp reflection. Not quite matte, not quite glossy, not quite shiny, satiny, skin-like even. Have that over there. And then I can like amplify it a little bit more by adding more of a dark shadows like right next to it. This kind of helps create this effect. What's actually going on is that there's supposed to be a shadow, but this part is a bit lighter because of, you know, ambient light bouncing back onto it. And then it goes right next to this, which is like your harsher, diffused, specular reflection. Then we get some of this. We have something a bit darker, a bit more red on the sides, I'm assuming. And then I'm gonna have to like, maybe not individually paint every scale, but like I'll just add some detailing to each scale to help separate them. Okay. As someone who can't make art do like good art, put work into it. Yeah, I mean, I hope that like my explanations aren't like completely boring. Just like they're kind of a glimpse into what's going through my mind, and I find that like it's a good way to, you know, framing out what I'm doing is a good way for me to be critical about my methods, but also like to other people, it's kind of like it's just good commentary and just good for maybe helping them think about things in similar ways, whether it's art or other things. I don't know, you know, because the thing about art is it's very contextual in terms of like lighting and all of that, and I feel like you can apply that to a lot of things, especially if you're, whether or not you're in the creative fields. But like, yeah, it could be just like, oh, working on another thing. Maybe I need to look at it with more context in mind, and maybe that'll help. So now each individual scale, I'm also kind of going to kind of do this. This implies that the reflection is sort of like curving. All just fun to know. And then it'll give it more texture, period. I think that's just the big thing. And then towards here, I'm going to add a little bit more of a bluish hue. Bluish lighter hue into these sections. When I was young, I used to just watch, like before I really got into art, there used to be this show called Art Attack. That's kind of like the vibe I want to get, where just people can just chill out and watch it. Or like maybe Bob Ross. Bob Ross was not my generation. We didn't have reruns of that where I live or anything, so I only found out about what Bob Ross was when I was older, but I feel like that's kind of like the vibe I want to be getting. Just like, it's more like a co-work space as well. Maybe that's not really a Bob Ross thing, but like I also kind of want to create that kind of feeling too, where I'm working on shit, and if you want to work on shit too, yeah, come in. But hey, if you're ever interested in art, like, you know, don't let it stop you. Like, I feel like everyone should at least try once. I mean, that's one of the reasons I come here to lurk. That's actually my first time seeing that name. Thanks for lurking. I did not know you were there. That's good to hear though, because honestly, that is really good to hear. Because, wait, maybe I have seen your name before. Because yeah, that is like the kind of vibe I want to be creating. Just like co-workspace, let's work on shit together. I'm drawing anime girls. You have... I'm so sorry, I might have forgotten that name. That's on me. Oh my god. But hey, welcome again. New Windows paid doodles. Plus there's something relaxed about while you're watching our video. Yeah. I hope it's not like watching paint dry. It's watching paint dry, but it's like watching paint dry, but as narrated by some dude on here. It's like let's play watching paint dry with Markiplier. It's like, hey, hello everybody, we're watching this green paint dry. Fuck, I don't know. I see. Well, thanks for chiming in, and I hope I am able to maintain this, don't feel pressured to like talk if you don't want to. Like, honestly, just being here for the vibes, I'm glad that you like him. Anyway, let's see. Start of the mirror, Windows, paint, mouse doodles. Yeah, you know, funny story, I think I never really considered doing art as like a hobby when I was in high school. Like in grade school, like everyone, I had a sketchbook. Oh, I would draw shit. I would draw like what I was seeing on cartoons. And then I think deep down part of me was like, oh, I don't know how they make things look so clean like what I see on cartoons. I probably shouldn't get into it. Like, you know, I don't know if I'll ever get into something like that. There was a lack of accessibility. And then my friend went over to her house for like a group project or something. I forgot which friend it was, but then she showed me that she had like a drawing tablet, and I was like, wait a minute, what do you do with this? Wait, this is how you make digital drawings? And then I got into it. Long story short, now I draw hot anime girls. So, you know, do with that information what you will. But that's, yeah. I was learning guitar at the time as well, and it was one of the hobbies I was like, I want to get into, and then I want to draw. So the drawing stuck. I sold my guitar, and yeah, now here I am. Definitely a lot happier that I got into art. Now I'm at a point where people, like, not in public or anything, but there's been at least one moment where someone has brought up my name and they knew my art before me knowing them. That was interesting. A friend of mine brought up my art to a friend of theirs that was just a fan of a Girls Frontline, and then he just casually mentioned, "Oh, field strip." He makes this art series like it's like a field strip, and then the guy was like, "Wait a minute, you're friends with the field strip guy?" The field strip guy. I love how I'm the field strip guy. Before that, I was the Gundam Musume guy, I guess, in like small niche groups. And before that, I don't even know. I'm sure I was something. Doesn't matter as much. Like, I just think it's funny that I feel like now I have more of a distinct brand. Or at least people know me for something. Back then I used to, like, much like a lot of artists on the internet, we kind of just try to find something and then hope it sticks. I think the first time that's ever happened to me was the Gundam Musume project. Like, it was something I could do consistently, something I did like once a week back then, and a lot of people found me through it, and from there, you know, it kind of don't want to say brand, but it kind of became like essentially what I was known for, a brand, right? And then after that became the field strips, and that snowballed harder than I thought. The other ironic thing, or the other funny thing, is that I made the field strips like years ago, before, when I was also just doing Girls Frontline stuff. And I think that's the other reputation I had, is like someone that drew Girls Frontline art. So it just came back to full circle. Girls Frontline 2 came out, went back into it. I'm not sure if it's just like the people that used to follow me from when I drew Girls Frontline back then, or if it's a bunch of new people that were getting into Girls Frontline, but then that exploded, and yeah, here we are. Still recognize you as the Gundam Musume, I still enjoy your art. Thanks. I really want to get back into it eventually. So I doodle my theory, but I suck at doing guys. Well, practice is the only thing I can say, right? It sounds like a cop-out, but also, like, not just practice, like, you know, starting is probably the first step that you need to be taking. But don't feel pressured or anything like that. So for this section, I don't even know if I want to be doing like the super detailed, really cool glow highlights I do usually, or because she's got a hood, I feel like it might ruin the mood, so I'm gonna hold off on that for now and work on everything else first. Right, these cuff things. So these cuff things, I want to just kind of get this up. There we go. What is this? Let me have a look. What is this? This better not be a phishing link, Pad. Is that Pad? Yeah, it's Pad. Oh. Oh. I'll pull up the picture for everyone else. I can see why. I can see why that's, why is there a Joker? Why is Joker in the comments? What? Explain. There's no laws against Batman. What does he mean by that? What does he mean when he says there's no laws against Pokemon Batman? That's scary. Referencing this? Okay, I'll pull this up. I'm gonna mute it just in case, but... Oh, the... Joker caught a Pokemon. Okay, I'll watch this later. I'll watch this later. I'll get back to work. In any case, yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting. Holy Pokemon's Batman. If Batman had a Pokemon, what would it be? Would it just be the Bat one? I don't know. Maybe. So I want to add more like fat folds as well. In certain parts of the belly, I really want to add those fat folds. I think that's working out, but I feel like this angle is a bit not steep enough, so maybe I'm going to change the angle a little bit, soften it up, and then do that. Hunter or Crobat? Haunter or Crobat? Okay. Got it. I am vengeance. I am the knight. I am. Batman's the type of person that would like wait until Superman's saying some shit on Discord, and then Superman just hears the doo-doo, and then he's like, oh, he did it again. You know, I had this idea, if I ever become like a not a VTuber, I'm not a VTuber, but if I ever become a YouTuber and make like a video, like video essay stuff, or whatever, I would have one little prank, one tiny little prank that might make everyone hate me. I'm going to... Oh, I did see the Lancelot Kogues cosplay, it's really cool. I'll make like a video has nothing to do with anything, it's whatever. It's like a normal video I would normally do. And then in the middle of the video, I would have the Discord joined sound play and then not bring it up. I would just have the viewer go like, what? Did I join a Discord call? What the fuck? What the fuck was that? Just like how on Discord, I have that. Does anyone have like those sound effects on their soundboard? That's someone knocking on the door in their room. I've done it. I've fucked with a few friends like that. I might have ended some friendships like that. I just play the knocking on their door thing while we're in game, and they're like, "What the fuck?" Don't do that if you love your friends. Or do it. Don't tell them I did it. I told you to. I didn't say shit. You don't have this recording. For nothing. I've said this before, but like, in terms of Robins that are most likely or like best suited to replace Batman, it's Tim Drake, right? Like, I don't know if that's still like if everyone still has that opinion, but I still really do feel like Tim is the best suited to replace Batman as Batman. Whether Tim likes it or not, there's another question though. Like, I saw that other thing, because we've been saying that for years, right? Especially after like Ra's al Ghul called Tim the detective, and he's literally the only Robin that, at least in my opinion, earned his place as a Robin. Like, he actually found out who Batman was, and then, you know, he wasn't just adopted to become a ward. No, he was someone that figured out who Batman was and then confronted him. So yeah, Tim. But the problem I have, right, is that aside from Young Justice right now, and I don't think I want to count the animated series just because they changed Tim's character so much. But Tim doesn't really appear in a lot of other media now, I feel. Like, oh, Gotham Knights, he's in Gotham Knights, right? He's in Gotham Knights. And the other reason why I bring him up is because Damian exists now, right? And now I feel like the onus is put on Damian. But that said, I feel like it's not necessarily a bad thing, because there was that one time we saw that Tim wasn't happy being the replacement Batman. Like, him as Batman, he was effective. Maybe too effective, and he wasn't happy. So Dick is most effective from what most... Tim is best all around. Dame is a bit too much. Yeah. Jason is... No. Like, he cannot be Batman. Okay. Jason is the least deserving, least likely to even want to be, and least suitable to be Batman. But he is the most fun. He would be the most entertaining to see Batman, hands down. Which is why the you know that DVD that came out, that Pick Your Own Adventure DVD that came out with from Under the Red Hood, the remake thing, was really interesting. Seeing how Jason, if he survived and Bruce died, instead, and he went on his whole like revenge trip. That's really interesting, because Jason's the only one I feel like that would fall to the dark side that hard, aside from maybe Damian. But where Damian has... What makes Jason interesting is that Damian has Bruce's, like, you know, blood, and he's probably smart as well, but he, you know, because he was trained by the League of Assassins and stuff, and all of that. He has all of that. Jason is literally just some dude. He's just some punk. I think they can't do Jason as the Batman don't pass. Exactly, yeah. I mean, we technically have seen it with Arkham Knight. Arkham Knight is just on Red Hood. I mean, it's been years. I think I can spoil this, but the Arkham Knight is Jason. I think we all kind of knew that, right? So they've already kind of shown what would happen there. Arkham Knight is such a mixed game. You know, I know what you mean. It's not as tight as Arkham City, but I like it. Like, it's the thing about it is that there's a lot. They put so much into that game, and that's a good and a bad thing. Because it suffered from having too much content, and that became kind of like probably less focused is one word to use. But mostly just the car is annoying. Yeah. Because, you know, they made it really huge, but at the risk of, you know, the game losing focus. The first game I feel like people argue is the best in that it's a very tight experience, and I like it for that. My favorite is still Arkham City, because it kind of strikes this balance between having a lot to do and the freedom to go most anywhere, while still keeping you somewhat on rails. Like, you have a catered experience. Arkham Asylum is very Metroidvania. There's still, you know, you can still backtrack and go around and stuff, and, like, you know, slowly open paths. Very Metroidvania-y. City gave you a bit more that open world exploration. Arkham City, and then Arkham Knight was just, let's bump it up too much, and that was the issue, yeah. And then and with all of that, right, then there's Gotham Knights, which, I mean, I liked when it came out, and I still kind of like, but I am not so stupid as to kind of say, you know, it's great, it's better than the previous ones. No, like, I feel like if you took everything from, you learned from Arkham City and ignored it, and then gave you just the worst things from Arkham City, that's kind of what you end up getting with how empty the world feels. What I like about Gotham Knights is just like the combat and like the customization, and I do like the story and like the ways the Robins and all of them interact with each other. Like, the character dynamics I'm saying I like the character dynamics and all that, despite how kind of unfocused the rest of the game was, which is the big issue, I think, is that they gave you too much freedom and didn't give you enough to do. And at the same time, took away a lot of freedom because then became a level up system, right? What the fuck do you mean it's a level up system? Oh, give me a sec. Let me just double check something. That might be my package. My package is here. I'll be back. Give me like a few minutes. I need to check something. Hello. Sorry. Wait. They were. I don't know. It's some weird thing. They were like asking, like, did I pay for like the customs fees already? And I was like, wait, but it said that I didn't have to pay nothing. I didn't have to pay for anything. So I was confused. Whatever. I guess it is what it is. And I got the package. And I'm glad that I didn't have to go to the post office for it. But I guess, yeah, no, I'm gonna work on my Chris Vector. Stream's over for now. I think I might continue this tomorrow if I end up streaming it. And it's been looking good. It's looking amazing so far, actually. Oh my god, it looks great. God, I just want to stare at it for a bit more. But also, I feel like I need to take a break anyway. Anyway, thanks so much for coming. I appreciate it. I will see you maybe tomorrow. I'm still figuring out what time zone to be streaming in, or what time to stream in for this time zone, since I moved. So, I'm still figuring it out, but we'll see. Art looks kino. Hell yeah, thanks for that. Yeah. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you're on YouTube. And if you're on Twitch, don't forget to like and, I don't know, follow. And feel free to join our Discord if you're on, yeah, I don't know, I have to post out the links on YouTube. Like, it's my first time